Content of this channel is for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. You're tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification button. And please, feel free to share the video. Thank you. What's good, everybody? I'm the G with a PhD, man. You tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel. This is the place where black men get to express themselves freely, straight up with no chasers, man. Straight up. Before I get things started, you know what I want to do, man. First, man, I want to give a shout out to all the haters. I know there's some haters out there. Or I know some haters will eventually watch the video in good measure. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all, man. I hope y'all having a pleasant afternoon and you have a pleasant evening. Next thing I want to do is give a shout out to all the members of the Green Gorilla channel. Oh, I almost forgot. If you're on your way in, you're coming in, man, you're viewing the, the vid or what have you, make sure you like it, man, so we can bump up the algorithm, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification button, man. None of that costs you anything, man. Just go ahead and do that. All right? And the next thing I want to do is give a shout out to all the members of the Green Gorilla channel, to all the YouTube and the Patreon supporters who help keep me in a position where I can do this. So let's take care of that business. I want to give a shout out to Waffle Weave, Kisses from Afar, Rais Muajib, 77 Base X, True King 337, Life of Commerce, Brian McMurray, Apex Prowler, Camron S, and the Average Black Man. Big up to y'all. Big up to Anthony Davis, BGS Ibmore, Raphael Brown, Professor Carlton Jones, Lionel Jean Louise, Artist and MC, Damon Brown, Donnell 360, and Herbert Lewis. Big up. Big up to 7th Coast Dojo, Roguish the Billmonger, Pulpit 28, Michael Ross, Charles Rogers, Papa Didas, Travis King, Adam Williams, B. Hillfire, Rick Ross, and Sandra Jean. Big up. Big up to Brotherly Love 215, Charles Gilmore 3, Patricia Cowley, 7Q Pitt, Kwaku Asasi, Gregory Oliver, Greg, Barry Little, Alan Wiley, Mr. Valentino, and Jason Hales. Big up. Big up to Black Men Being Brutally Honest, Omni Americana, Cameron 87, Deshaun Nolly, Brian Peaks, Nelso, Kareem Not Karen, Doc LaRock, Jay Charles, Mark Holt, Lee Ways. Big up. Big up to Jeffrey Speed, The Face, Mark Swift, Show Me, Odd Collar, Donald Watts, Cozy Corner, HipHop.CATV, Coach DC, Kashif Caldwell, and I Am Black Man. Big up. Big up to Nichita, Mr. Blue Collar, Barnolis, Kyle J. Sura, I'm Just Jules, TD Hip Hop Media, Drew Main, Mr. Heat, Sir Anthony, and ML Law. Big up. Big up to Universal 178, Black's Word 404, Rashid Barnes, Aaron Smith, DH, C-Truth the Revelator, Gold Professor, Arthur Unknown, Dr. Tiasan Johnson, Kalanja Kala, and Ricky Dawson. Big up. Big up to Cedric Bowman, True 7360, BK Born Shaheed, James Washington, Hostile Adept, W. Pierre 1, Marvin Battle Jr., and I can't forget my brother in heaven, Force Windu. Big up. And on the Patreon side, I'd like to give a shout out to Kevin Marchbank Owens, William Joyner, Javon Thompson, Tyrone Hampton, Jules Winfield, Romello Scuggs, Darnell Smith, Excalibur, Jason Warren, Soul Pen, Anu219, Pursuer Prisoner, Taz, Kwaku217, Dragon 59, Supreme Ibmore, Adrian Hicks, Jay Bailey, Mr. Michi, Momal, and the Sangwa. Big up to y'all, man. Y'all deserve a round of applause, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for your ongoing help and support. I appreciate that. And if you want to know how you can become a member of the Green Gorilla channel, here's how you do it, man. What's good, everybody? I'm the G with a PhD, and you're tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel, the place where black men can express themselves freely. Straight up, no chaser. Today, I want to introduce you to my new membership program that consists of 5 levels where you can invest in the Green Gorilla channel on a monthly basis and receive level-specific perks. Memberships are special because they improve the quality of the content of the channel and will help me to be able to keep the channel going. Now, to participate in the Green Gorilla channel membership program, all you have to do is hit the join button, which is located right next to the subscribe button on my channel page. Now, for all of my subscribers who decide not to participate in my membership program, nothing will change. The content will keep coming the way it always has. Thanks for watching, and be careful out here, people. Bless. All right, man, we back. You know who I am. You know what the channel is, man. It's a place where black men get to say what they want to say, straight up, no chaser, man. So that's what we do here, man. Sometimes people may be put off by the things I say. Hey, man, let me stop the music, man. I'm here to warn you right now. I'm just telling you the truth, man. Just in case you didn't know it. Every now and then, you might hear something that is offensive. The content of this channel is for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. I just want to throw that in there. Because a lot of times, you know, you might have younger people watching or whatever the case may be. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Every now and then, I might go off on a rant, something like that. And so I just want to let it be known. Okay? So now we got that out of the way, man. You know, today I want to talk about something, you know, typically, you know, the topics I cover are a little bit weighty and kind of heady. kind of cerebral. But today I'm gonna keep it simple, stupid. I'm doing the KISS method today, man. Let me turn the music off again, man. I'm gonna turn it off. Today I'm gonna talk about, I used the wrong name initially. I used Kim Civil in order to talk about this publicist in the hip hop industry or the entertainment industry at large. But her name is actually Karen Civil. And, basically, man, what I want to talk about is how you can't really tell black women anything nowadays without being accused of misogyny or misogynoir. After which, whatever claim it is you're making against the individual whom you're actually discussing, you're going to be, basically dismissed. Whatever it is you have to say is going to be reduced to a position of injustice. Now, even if the person is doing something unjust, well, we can't take account of that because, women for so long have been held back. And on that account, now if we say something about them or, one of them, then all of a sudden, there's something nefarious that's coming from us, something insidious that, we want to proliferate and push to the public. But, hey, man, if the shoe fits word, man, if somebody's doing some dirt, if somebody is, engaged in some unsavory practices, well, they need to be called out. Just like anybody else would, just like a man would. So you can't, I'm just tired of hearing people consistently say that, what you're doing is hateful to women when you accuse an individual person of wrongdoing or inappropriate behavior, that, somehow you're engaged in a project of injustice. Man, that's complete and absolute bullshit, man. That's an excuse, man. You can't fly under the radar no more. If you're on some bullshit, it's got to be known that you're on some bullshit, whether you're male or female. Now, nobody has an issue or nobody has a reservation about calling men out on their bullshit. Nobody has a problem with calling men out on their bullshit. Even men call men out on their bullshit. But when it comes to a woman, you can't call them out on their bullshit. But if you were able to call them out on their bullshit, then maybe other people who come afterwards, who have to deal with that individual, can actually have some insight into how they get down. Maybe perhaps they could be spared exploitation, manipulation, scamming, theft, violence, pathology. Maybe you would avoid that if the truth could be told about the individual who you're talking about without them being accused of being insidious and hateful. And today what we're going to do is talk about Karen Civil, who, Camron warned people about a long time ago, over 5 years ago. Camron was like, look, man, this chick right here ain't it. She scammed my boy out of 60 G's. Scammed him out of $60,000. Man, that's a lot of bread, bruh. For real. $60 G's? So she scammed one of his partners out of $60,000. Now, this woman is a publicist in the music industry. So I don't know if you know what a publicist does, but for the most part, they promote and brand artists in the media. Okay? They're supposed to be in charge over your image and, hype surrounding you in the press, in, social media, in blog pieces, on YouTube, on Facebook. They're supposed to be handling your public imagery. And a lot of times what ends up happening is these artists get signed to record labels. Okay? And when they get signed to these labels, they get allocated a budget. Okay? Now, anytime you get a budget in the music industry, that budget is recoupable, meaning you have to pay the record company that money back. That is, for all intents and purposes, a high interest loan. And half the time, the artists never make the money back such that they can actually, pay the company and never, be out of arrears. That's how this typically goes. I mean, of course, there's some successful artists, but only about 10% of the artists in the music industry actually turn a handsome profit for these musical, corporations. We call record labels, or, what we call the music industry. So, you get a $200,000 budget. Maybe you might get a $250,000 budget. But you need a publicist. It's just standard practice. You need a manager, a road manager. You need a publicist. You need an attorney. You need a whole bunch of individuals to make your career pop off as an artist. Now, hopefully you can get people around you that are trustworthy. But, the music business, is 90% business and 10% creativity. If your business ain't right, all the creativity is for naught. But this is what happens when you can't call people out. So let's talk about what Miss Camron Civil was recently involved in. Okay? So let's look at it, man. All right, so I got an article. This is from Daily Hip Hop or something like that, man. I don't know the exact name of the site. But I'm about to look at that right now, man. I'm about to check that out right now. All right, so this is Miss Camron Civil right here. Let me blow this up so you can see the image a little better. Oh, it's getting smaller as I hit. Okay. That's Camron Civil right there. Okay. Now, recently, and this article just came out, September 20th? So it came out yesterday, right? So All Hip Hop Daily, something like that, all right? So Camron Civil accused of scamming a nonprofit organization in Haiti. All right? So I'm going to read through the article and just to let you know, how she gets down. So anyway, Camron Civil, who has come under fire for her business practices, is now facing allegations of scamming a nonprofit organization in Haiti. Now, damn, the people in Haiti are already kind of doing bad. They already, are kind of, fucked in the game. So the last thing, that these people probably need is some sophisticated city slick lady coming in and trying to run a scam and to, line her own pockets. So this is the charge that they're making against her. Now, here's how it goes down, man. This is the article, right? She's come under fire for her business practices and is facing allegations of scamming a nonprofit, all right? She is facing another, scam accusation where she actually just recently went to court and was found, guilty of one scam. And so now there's a whole host of other people coming forward and basically saying she did the same thing to me too. All right? So she's facing another scamming allegation, this time for defrauding a non-profit organization in Haiti. In a series of Twitter posts, a woman named Melissa Prado detailed how Camron allegedly deceived her and a nonprofit called Sow a Seed. And this is in 2014. Prado says Civil was brought in to be an ambassador for the organization, yet attempted to thoroughly profit from its work in Haiti. Now, I thought this was supposed to be some charity work. It's a nonprofit, so how you gonna profit from a nonprofit? People do it all the time. Just like the women from the Black Lives Matter organization, they profited. All right? So according to Prado, the woman alleging she was scammed, Camron Civil was contacted to be an ambassador for Sow a Seed as it was planning to break ground on a playground and help a school in Croix des Bouquets. But instead of contributing as expected, so she's supposed to contribute 41 G's to the project and to promote the organization. Civil allegedly exploited this organization for photo ops to make it look like she was responsible for the work that they were already doing behind the scenes. Okay? So here's Prado saying, here we are with all the SAS charity members, Sow a Seed, on nonstop calls planning this trip for her. In between visiting orphanages, the school where the playground is, we incorporated fun stuff. They had Wahoo, Mupana, Observator. They gave her security, blend cars, full service. She noted. So all of this at the expense of the charity and sponsors. She only covered her flight and $1,500 for the groundbreaking. We sent her the contract and the information for the first part of her payment, so she pledged to give them 41 G's, right? And the dates are getting closer to the travel date. So Prado says Sybil continually avoided Soasee's attempt to attain the money. Sybil also promised to provide computers to the children, but nothing was ever delivered to the kids in Haiti. Now, this is some kids, man, in a third world, country, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you making a promise to some kids, man, and then you use them for a photo op. Man, that's kind of low, man. That's kind of low. So every time we talk about the first half of the payment, she gives us the runaround. Meanwhile, we're planning, and we've never been scammed, so we're riding off good intent at this point, wrote Prado. Still waiting for the first half of this 41K. Basically, her date for travel arrives. She added, at this point, contract is signed, but no money out of the 41K has been sent. And in back and forth, she requested we print a big check for a photo op during the groundbreaking. Oh, man. So she said, make sure you print a big fake check so that it looks like I gave you this money. Okay? That's where we at with this, right? And she added, we're still riding off all this good intent, so on and so forth, right? So the situation got worse at the groundbreaking. Sybil brought out Live Sybil shirts for kids to wear in the photo ops. Oh, no. So she branding and promoting herself, right? She's branding and promoting herself. Even her own name, Live Sybil. That's a hell of a thing. No money for these kids, no computers, no sponsorship whatsoever. She could have she didn't even have to spend her own money. But we don't know the story, okay? Whatever the case may be. It's hard to come up with 41 G's just to drop, on anybody. But I mean, come on, man. It's a promise you made. So anyway, she asked for these kids to wear this money that she, these t-shirts about, the sponsorship that she's supposed to be providing. And it included a picture of her with a $41,000 novelty check and avoided promoting Soasee and social media posts about his work in Haiti. So anyway, she didn't even promote the organization. She's promoting herself. That's a hell of a thing. So here's the check. Live Sybil. Fake $41,000 check. It's like you on a game show. Here's a little kid from Haiti. Like, damn, Sybil's doing some things for us. Sybil kicking down some bread for us. We had the groundbreaking ceremony. We got a t-shirt song, the whole nine, right? So once her trip was over, Sybil's trip, she began a media campaign for the trip that didn't mention Soasee. Prado says Sybil even edited one of the organization's press releases and put out her own version. Sybil allegedly ignored Soasee throughout this campaign. As this happened, news articles claim she donated $41,000 to break ground on the playground. So the SAS charity board meets and decides enough is enough, wrote the woman who's, for the most part, the head of this organization or acting as, an ambassador or a representative of the organization, right? So they say, okay, we wait until December 15th to see if the said funds would arrive. Nada. So then the attorney sends her a letter to terminate the partnership. At this point, she takes the lead. She continued, because she has access to more media and publishes that she's cutting ties with SAS, where? Unamused face. Meanwhile, she leaves on her page, all over the internet, photos, videos, press releases of those kids who have no money, no playground, no laptops. And Civil issued the following statement after Prado's tweets gained traction online. The school they chose, I thought, was very amazing, and we did a groundbreaking ceremony there to establish the park we plan to build, she wrote. Unfortunately, we could not come to an agreement on the name of the park and how it should be structured. So this is her excuse. This is Civil's excuse on why she, broke ties with the organization, because they couldn't agree on the name of a park. Come on, man. They couldn't agree on the name of the park and how it would be structured. So therefore, that's why she cut ties with the organization that she pledged to give 41 G's to. So anyway, so this is a woman now spilling the beans and, talking about the unsavory practices of Miss Karen Civil. Now, Camron, 5 years ago, I'm telling you, I'm going to show you this article too from Camron. Tried to tell people over 5 years ago, don't trust Shorty. She on some scams. She doing people dirty out here. And the first thing they said to Camron, all over social media, here and there, oh, you don't want to see black women come up. No, it ain't got nothing to do about wanting to see black women come up. It's got to do with somebody running a goddamn scam. And if they're running a scam, you can't reduce the allegation to misogyny or misogynoir, man. We got to stop this, man. But you know what? We're not going to stop this. It's not going to stop. But men should continue. If somebody's doing some ignorant stuff, man, you got to come out. I don't care if they got a vagina or testicles, a penis or a vagina, a uterus, mammary glands, what have you. If you're doing something foul out here, it needs to be brought to the light. Period. So anyway, their organization put out a press release, and unbeknownst prior to me on their Instagram stating we parted ways. So I put out a statement as well and decided to move forward with continuing with building the Live Civil Playground at a different location. So she's like, okay, well, I'm doing this, but I'm doing it somewhere else, which we know is some cap. Anyway, Prado refuted Civil's claim of being blindsided by the press release. She contended Civil was notified via email before it was ever posted on social media. And then she's like, okay, I guess she, is coming with her receipts or whatever. And, basically, man, this woman is running this scam. Shout out to Rasheed Barnes, man. Thank you so much for the donation, kind brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Also, shout out to Brotherly Love 215. Thank you for the super chat sticker, man. Appreciate that. So this woman is running a scam. But anyway, like I said before, man, I want to go to this right here, though, man. So it's an article also in All Hip Hop, which basically says Camron gets uncivil with Karen Civil. Now, why is he getting uncivil by telling the truth about a scam that somebody's running? I don't even like how the article is titled, but I guess they doing it for clickbait, whatever the case may be. Let me try to collapse some of these ads. So that's Miss Civil again. That's what she looks like, all right? So anyway, the article starts off, for over 5 years, the Dipset leader has tried to tell people about the publicist's alleged thieving ways. Camron says that he told people years ago that Karen Civil was robbing clients out of their money. However, he alleges no one believed him. After this weekend's Joyner Lucas debacle, The Harlem native has revived his mission to assert that the hip-hop media maven is a crook. But the question is, why did no one believe him? That's the question. What is it about Camron that's unbelievable? When has Camron ever been perceived as a liar? That's one of the questions I have. Who would say that Camron is a liar? Who? You might not like his music. You may like his music, whatever the case may be, but I've never heard anyone say that, Camron is a chronic liar. He's on cap. He's always twisting and distorting the truth. The man is inauthentic. I've never heard anyone say that about this guy. But he said something about this woman. All of a sudden, people are like, well, nah, we don't believe you. It seems to be killer season once again, as the Dipset founder took to social media to join the chorus of people alleging that the public relations executive is dishonest. He captioned on his Instagram, "Y'all gonna apologize or no?" I figured y'all wouldn't. For those that don't understand, he continued, I told people Karen Civil been robbing people. They said I was lying. Now she just lost a court case to another female. Now they say Karen is foul. I said it, I was hating. She robbed Joyner Lucas for the same exact amount she did my guy. The real Duke, the God, I guess that's his homie or whatever the case may be. What a co-winky dick. So, ultimately, and this is him, this is Camron, Black Twitter, after defending Karen Civil and saying Camron just hated black women. They finding out she finessed all these people. And then, they got a series of, little links and stuff like that. That's the, well, I'm not trying to sign in. And this is, somebody else saying, I was broke and down to my last leg, bruh. That was $60K, and that was my last effort to help me get on, and you stole that from me when my son was born. The media protects you, but wrong is wrong. At this time, I had like 5,000 followers. What, you thought I wasn't gonna pop? At Karen Civil, so that's somebody, basically calling out, all right? And this is Joyner Lucas, another hip-hop artist. I'll never forget the day you went on vacation with my money and then picked up the phone when I called you because you went ghost and you flat out told me, stop calling me when I'm on vacation. You know how long I've been waiting to do this? I've been hating you for many years, bruh. That's Joyner Lucas. Because that's a lot of bread, man. 60 G's, but she chronically robbing people in the industry for 60 G's, taking, pilfering their budget money. And this is a case, where Karen Civil was, in a civil case with Jessie Wu. I guess Jessie Wu is the woman, And this is, like the court proceedings. I'm not going to go through all that. But, so this is some of what's, basically been going on with this chick, right? And the question, though, is, why didn't anybody believe Camron? About 5 years ago, Cam did put Karen on blast after she went on a podcast about Jay-Z throwing the Dipset out of Def Jam because Cam would not move his car. Cam took to Instagram to set the matter straight. I haven't went in on Karen ever, and been proud of what she's accomplished, even if she's lied and stole to get there. But you're not going to put me in your bullshit. And Cam wrote this in 2016. And Camron goes on to say, despite what people think, Jay-Z and I were not enemies. He signed off on mad projects we did when he didn't have to and showed my crew love. It wasn't until I left Def Jam till we fell out. And I still respect his hustle and his business savvy. Shout out to Dwayne. Appreciate the super chat, my brother. Appreciate that. Anyway, the Hey My Rapper concluded. This story Karen is telling is just another one of her lies. She stole $60K from my cousin. And we still have all the bank statements if you want to pursue this Karen. And has yet to pay him back. And it's my money as well because it was from my company. I don't want or need your money. But you should have paid Duke back by now. But since you want to lie, I pull everything out and put you on blast. Stop lying and stealing. And then Cam posted a video of him barking on Cameron on Instagram. Now, I could show this, but I don't think the audio is going to actually come through. But I'll try anyway, man. Because basically, Camron confronted her. Let me make sure, man, that this audio is going to actually come through. Let me see if I got Google turned on. Yeah, it's turned on. So this Camron confronting her. So it's trying to push me to Instagram again. I'm gonna play it one more time. So anyway, he basically confronted the woman straight up. Like, you stole money from my peoples, man. You know who I'm doing business with. And really it's his family. You stole money from this dude. You stole money from other people. God knows how many other people that, you know, this woman done scam money from. But then the issue is, when you put her out there and let people know about what's going on, then you get backlash. It's like you did something wrong, like you hating on black women. So then the article goes on to say Cam wasn't alone. Joyner Lucas, who broke big with the controversial song I'm Not a Racist, also complained about Civil's uncivilized business ways. A now deleted post on Twitter from 2016 says she was supposed to brand me and help me with a bunch of shit. After that 5K, she went on a vacation and made it an issue to have any convos with me. How I pay a Karen Civil 50 racks and she gonna tell me I can't have a conversation because she's on vacay? What's good with that? And Cameron said, Cameron has not said that he was taken advantage of by Karen Civil, but consistently have stood up to people who have. And, you know, ultimately, this is what happens when you can't hold people accountable. Especially women. They basically tried to say he was a misogynist and was hating on black women for basically saying that this woman wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. And you're gonna continue to see shit like this, man. You can't call these people out, man. Because the narrative is, if you call them out, you hate them. But who wouldn't hate somebody that took 60 G's from them? Stole money out of their mouths, man, that was supposed to be allocated towards helping them to get money. But the question is, how long y'all gonna try to hide? Like, this is a serious question, man. How long can black women hide behind the rubric, the shield, the narrative, that any criticism that comes their way is criticism because people don't like them because they're women? How convenient is it to do that? And this happens in other areas as well. How can you have people saying just believe ladies, believe women, all women, just in general, and expect that shit to fly. How? You mean women don't lie? They don't cheat. They don't steal. They don't commit acts of violence. They don't kill ever. Lie, cheat, steal, and kill. They don't do none of that. Ever. This is why I feel like I live in an alternative reality, one where you have to deny reality itself in order to make people feel comfortable. Now, we can talk about some of the historical injustices that have occurred to women or whatever the case may be, but not all people get a pass just because they got, a crotch, just because they got a vagina, man. You can't, no, man. No, sir. But this is what happens when you're not accountable. You get to run off scams and then be protected after you ran a scam. So then other people get scammed. This is what I have a problem with, man. And I ain't going to be all day with this. I just wanted to draw your attention to this and to see what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to be on this one all day, man. I got some other things to do. But I'm just tired of this narrative that any criticism that you offer up about women, either if you're talking about like the narratives that they have or the individual behavior of a particular woman, that all of a sudden you're a woman hater. I mean, how long are we going to continue on with this bullshit? If a woman does something that's inappropriate, man, she has to be called out and be held accountable just like anybody else would, just like a man would. Whether she's black, white, red, brown, purple, it don't matter what color she is. If she's stealing, and people are saying, look, this woman is engaged in unsavory practices, especially somebody like Camron. This man has been in the industry. How long? I want you to tell me, man, how long has Camron been in the music industry, man? How long, man? At least this dude has to have been in the music business for over 20 years. Has to. Yeah, Rasheed Bourne says she been in the business for like since 96. So and Mad Menace says he been in the game for like 20 plus years. So now, this man who been in the business for 20 plus years has been dealing with publicists, managers, attorneys, all of these kind of industry folks from all different kinds of people for over 2 decades. The man practically grew up in the music industry. So now he's not to be believed because of a narrative put forth by what? Some feminists who basically say any criticism of women is just related to hate and people not wanting to see you succeed. This is the shit that just burns me up, man. But anyway, I thought I would just draw your attention to this and to show you what the consequences are. If Camron would have been able to call her out initially, and he would have had, based upon his experience and his reputation within the industry for 20 plus years, if he would have been believed and people wouldn't have dismissed it as misogyny, then other people who subsequently came into contact with this woman would have already been put they would have been put on to game. And they would have known. She would have been put on blast just like any man who's scamming or scheming would have. And then the Haitian organization wouldn't have had to deal with it. Jesse Wu wouldn't have had to deal with it. So you got 2 women who had to deal with the scam and the scheme, all because of this narrative that, Camron was just hating on women because he tried to critique one who was engaged in some unsavory business practice. Then also you get Joyner Lucas, who also got burned. And we don't know how many other people done got burned. So guard your grill, man. Stand firm on your principles, man. Because this happens in other areas other than just the business world. Happens in relation to domestic violence. It happens in relation to family court. And who's to be believed and who's not to be believed. And you know, the thing that just really kills me about all this is the underlying assumption of it all. Namely, that when it comes to virtue, men have none and can't be believed, and women have no vice and are always to be believed. If this is the kind of world we gotta live in, man, we in for some trouble ahead. I'm here to tell you. I'm gonna take a quick break, man. If you want to talk about this, you can, but it ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna take a quick break. If you want to talk about it, we can. If you don't want to talk about it, man, I'm up out this thing. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I see ain't nobody really actually chimed in, so I'm about to go ahead and pop off. But ultimately, man, at the end of the day, man, the only message I wanted to impart to y'all about this matter was that, look, men and women both are human beings. They both have the capacity to either do right or wrong. But nowadays, we have a narrative put into place which basically absolves women of all guiltiness, unless, you know, it's an iterated series of actions that people find out, and then eventually the truth is brought to light. But, you know, initially, if a man says, okay, well, this woman is doing something that's ill, why isn't he to be believed? Because at the end of the day, like I said before, we're all human beings. We both can do right or wrong. We both can either exhibit viciousness or virtue. That's just the way it is. But nowadays, we got these narratives put into place that basically give them all the benefit of the doubt, give you all the doubt related to any benefit, and we're supposed to circumnavigate this social landscape, and this is considered to be just and fair. Look, I want to see anybody who works hard be successful in any domain, whoever they may be. I mean, if you can do the work, do it. But damn, don't give people the benefit of the doubt and don't socially promote them just because. Don't defend the defenseless. Keep your heads up, people, man. I'm up out this thing, man. I'll holler at y'all probably tomorrow. Peace out, man.